Government moving to restrict the numbers of people coming in under the temporary foreign worker program. Meanwhile, the Globe reports that more and more people are being hired for entry-level office jobs under the program. And some observers say, well, in an urban or semi-urban environment, it really shouldn't be that hard to find junior office employees. Let's bring in Abdullah Balal, Director of Abdullah Balal Immigration Consulting. Thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Start off, if you would, talking about the latest restrictions the government is putting on the temporary worker program. Will they make much of a difference in the near term?
Andrew, this is going to be one of those cases where we'll just have to wait and see what happens and what the fallout is and how this impacts different streams and different areas within immigration, outside of immigration. So I think it's a little too soon to predict maybe that what impact this will have. But like I've been saying, in my LinkedIn posts and other posts, that we need to sort of look at the problem holistically rather than coming up with these knee-jerk band-aid solutions every now and then, because it just treats the symptoms. It does not solve the problem, the underlying problem.
What is the underlying problem, Abdullah, do you think?
The underlying problem is, it can be divided into two or three, broad headings. We've been talking about, Canadian businesses maybe being addicted to this cheap labor that they have access to through the temporary foreign worker program. And because of that, we see that, maybe the wages are not rising. Maybe there is not a lot of innovation being thought of or being carried out by Canadian businesses. And we've seen over the last few years that, the numbers of these temporary foreign workers, it has just skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. And that, in my opinion, at least, prevents these businesses from looking at other alternatives, like raising wages so that Canadians can maybe think about, doing these jobs, or they can find Canadian workers who are willing to take these jobs instead of these temporary foreign workers. I think that there are other issues that need to be looked at too. Like I said, productivity, maybe introducing innovation, maybe automation is the answer in certain industries. But I think the access to this labor has prevented all of these other things from happening, which I think overall would have been very beneficial to the Canadian society.
And you say that some of this rise in office jobs could be fraud. People coming in, they really want to move to Canada, and they're paying an employer to pretend to employ them?
Absolutely, Andrew. This is the worst kept secret in immigration, that, these positions and the labor market impact assessment document, the LMIA, which an employer needs to hire these foreign workers. I mean, everyone knows that, these LMIAs are for sale. I'm not saying all LMIAs are for sale. I'm not saying all employers indulge in these activities. But I mean, there is definitely a marketplace which exists out there where these LMIAs can be bought and sold. And a lot of these positions, these entry-level office positions that you see, administrative assistants, it's just, even if you just think about it, I mean, really, can employers not find administrative assistants across Canada? In 2023, about 3,000 to 3,300 of these positions for administrative assistants were approved, which means that, temporary foreign workers were hired instead of Canadian permanent residents and citizens. Were employers really having difficulty finding administrative assistants? And, maybe if you are located in a rural area, in some area where the population is low, and you are really genuinely having trouble finding the right person. But across Canada, so it just simply doesn't make sense. And anyone who inside or outside of immigration can maybe, will be able to see that there's perhaps more going on in the background. So yes, absolutely, these positions are bought and sold, and, everyone within immigration and outside of immigration is aware that this is going on.
What about fast food outlets, coffee shops, Tim Hortons, for example, hiring these workers? Do you think that's a suitable use of the program?
Again, Andrew, like I said, I mean, we have to look at it maybe, for employers who are in certain areas, in certain remote areas, away from the traditional metropolitan centers, urban centers. We know that, they've traditionally and historically, they've had problems hiring people, and especially, hiring people who are willing to work for maybe a couple of years, long term. So we know that that problem exists. But by and large, if you see the rise in the number of people, working in these jobs over the last 5, 6, 7 years, it just doesn't make sense. So yes, there is a need out there, absolutely, but not to such an extent that we see through these numbers.